I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know send me if it could flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away me say. Have to take away me say. I have to utilize I wings. Surely I cleave her eyes. I said, yeah, I find you very hard to resist. With this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself. May I feel high like a thief in the night. May I forget out of sight. May I feel take away myself. Take away myself. I have to utilize I will. Surely I had clean berries. I said, been there, done that, don't need it again, yeah. I'm not a master, guess who won't play your game, yeah. To all you move, you off me way to the core. Sayonara, and girl gone through the door. Take away ourselves. Ah,
Greetings, kings and queens. Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast. Podcast 201. And today's Friday. Our special guest this morning in the Poetry Corner is none other than Wise Wurdz. So Wise Wurdz will be joining us this morning to the Poetry Corner. So stick and stay, don't go nowhere. We have Flavors on the line with us. So if you have to get your favorite drink or your favorite tea, whatever beverage that you have this time of the morning, I suggest you go get it right now. So morning, Flavors, how you doing?
Morning, Franco. Morning, listeners. Morning, everyone. I am doing well.
Ah, you sound well. You sound well. You sound upbeat.
Yesterday, boy. Yesterday, I was like I was going down.
Mm-hmm.
And I mixed up one of your brews last night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Ginger, turmeric, garlic. What is it I put in it now?
Eucalyptus oil. Eucalyptus oil.
Well, I didn't put the eucalyptus in the drinking part, but when the Rembrandt was left, I put some eucalyptus oil in there and get a little steam, you know. Go for me, my brother.
Okay. So that
man,
is good.
The fumes go through, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So I feel it a lot better today.
Glad to hear, sir.
Yeah, I think the cold was getting down to me.
So do we all. So do we all, man. We all fight the cold.
Yeah, man.
And the season is still, there's the flu season, and it mixes
I know,
with the virus and, a whole lot of stuff. You have to be extremely
I'm glad
careful.
I have the orange, I have been drinking quite a bit of it, getting in the vitamin C the best I can.
Okay.
Yeah, man, outside we have nice sunshine outside, although the temperature is still way down, but nice sunshine. At least just to see it is good,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Nice sunshine is good.
Definitely. So tell you what, before we go into your Did You Know, make we give them the theme song, Homeland, for that.
Yes, of course.
And then we come back in with Did You Know, all right?
Okay.
So this is Homeland from Miss Pam Hall.
Theme song for Did You Know? Slow to Jamaica.
Walking on sand and holding your hand, feel like a tourist in my own homeland, in my own homeland, enjoying the bright, the warm sunlight. Oh my God, what a beautiful sight in my own homeland. This place is so nice, wanna do everything twice. Yes, I feel as if I'm in a paradise. No matter the season, you've got every reason. This place is another little heaven. East or west, I couldn't care less. Ooh, this place, it is definitely blessed. My own homeland. North or south, feel free to wander about. You can jump, dance, or sing and shout in my own homeland. Give yourself a treat, a few days or a week, and you will see just what I mean. Just take my advice, everyone is nice. You feel like royalty, my friend.
Hi, this is Pam Hall, and I'm inviting you to hang out with Flavius and Franco on the Real Stuff Podcast. There's such great company.
Steady mental, a quadrillion, you can fill your belly with a coconut jelly, mango, papa, cane, and guinea. There's ackee and a saltfish and a roast yam and banana. Curried goat and a managed water. The Sunday special if you like a revival. Catholic, Baptist or Pentecostal. The house of Jah is there, have no fear. Walk right ahead and get your share. I'm walking on sand. I'm holding your hand. Feel like a tourist in my own homeland. In my own homeland. Feel like a tourist in my own homeland. A homeland, my own homeland. Feel like a tourist in my own homeland. My own homeland.
she sings so beautiful, don't you agree?
Oh, yes, I do.
All right, Miss Pamal, Homeland. So, Flavius, what do we have this morning for? Did you know?
This morning, we're going to take a look at Kingston Harbour, Jamaica. Did you know that the Kingston Harbour in Jamaica is the 7th largest natural harbour in the world? It is an almost landlocked area of water, approximately 16 kilometers or 9.9 miles long by 3.2 kilometers or 2 miles wide. Most of it is deep enough to accommodate large ships, even close to the shore. It is bordered to the north by the city of Kingston, the capital of Jamaica, to the west by Hunts Bay and the municipality of Portmore, and to the south and east by the Palisades Strip, which protects it. The harbour is home to the Kingston Container Terminal, largest port. Other docks on Kingston Harbour are at the Petroleum Corporation of Jamaica in downtown Kingston, and at the Jamaica Flour Mills and the Caribbean Cement Company at Rockfort. Norman Manley International Airport, Jamaica's second busiest international airport, is also located in the outer harbour on the Palisades Strip. There is a fishing village at Rockfort and fishing docks at Harbourview and Port Royal. As a large, natural, well-protected harbour, it was doubtless used by indigenous people and has been used by Europeans since the very beginning of their exploration and settlement of the island. Initially, the main settlement was at Port Royal, but following its destruction in the 1692 earthquake, the English founded Kingston and began development of its waterfront. Historically, the harbour was safe from attack from its narrow entrance, being protected by two forts, one the tip of the Palisades at Port Royal and the other on a small sand split opposite. Throughout the 18th and early 19th century, it handled a large local trade and was the chief entrepot for British exports to the Spanish colonies. For the remainder of the 19th century, its development as a port was retarded by a decline in the Jamaican economy. Throughout this period, there was a gradual increase in the number of finger piers and wharfs along its long, sheltered waterfront. That is Did You Know for today.
Place is so nice, wanna do everything twice. Yes, I feel as if I'm in a paradise. No matter the season, you've got every reason. This place is another little heaven. East or west, I couldn't care less. Ooh, this place, it is definitely blessed. My own homeland.
Did You Know is brought to you courtesy of Slowly Jamaica, uniquely Caribbean. So in case you didn't know, now you know. More Did You Know? You can check out for more Did You Know on Monday when Flavius will do it all over again.
Give yourself a treat, a few days or a week, and you will see just what I mean. Just take my advice, everyone is nice. You feel like royalty, my friend.
Hi, This is Pam Hall, and I'm inviting you to hang out with Flavius and Franco on the Real Stuff podcast. They're such great company.
Yes, Flavius. That's the Kingston Harbour, huh?
Yeah,
Hey.
a lot of change, because when I was growing up, living in Bournemouth, it was a pleasure to sit on the beach on a Sunday, Sunday in particular, and watch the boats, sailboats, and the water skiing. I mean, the harbour was full. It was full with sailboats and skiers, water skiers. Yeah, man, we don't see that anymore.
I wonder why.
But that was, I don't know. I don't know. People find different things to do, but that was something that used to happen on a regular basis, And of course, they used to have this great race from Bournemouth over to what is the name of the beach again?
Gunboat.
Right close to Palisades.
Gunboat.
Close to the airport.
Gunboat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they used to call it Cross the Harbour. And it was a huge event in Jamaica on the swimming calendar.
Yeah.
In fact, it was the main event on the Jamaica swimming calendar. It's a long distance, and you are in open water, open seas, And of course, people, my friends who live in Bournemouth, like Totes and all these people, them swim that for joke, Them don't even enter the competition.
Yeah.
Dico, I play football, Dico, and they will swim halfway and come back, just for the joke, right? Yeah, man. I don't see anything like that happening again.
Yeah, them days, the good old days. They will never come back. I mean, the memories live on, but if once in a while you could put on, things like this, like that, actually, and see how many participants you would have, then eventually them can, put back a spark in events like these. And show how the waterfront, because I remember, going to the waterfront as a kid, and we used to look forward to it after school. You call it the Kingston Mall. It wasn't a mall as such, like when you travel going into the States and you see how their malls set up, But it was an area where you have shopping, stores and banks and things like that. An high-rise building, and we call it Downtown Mall or Kingston Mall.
Yeah.
Different from how the uptown malls them stay.
but before that was built up, Before most of those was built up, down there was very fascinating, because you had kids down there who used to dive up money. People usually throw money in the water and then dive it up.
Yeah.
Of course, when you dive up, you keep what you dive up.
Whatever. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've seen that. And they always say it was the deepest section right there, so in the Caribbean. Once a ship dock right there, because we used to see the royal ship come there, so come dock.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah. But the beauty of the harbour, of the Kingston Harbour, is the entrance. Entrance is so narrow. In fact, they employed people they call pilots.
Yeah.
Who would go in a small boat and actually bring in the big ships, pilot them, as it were, into the harbour.
Okay.
And in fact, our late great footballer was one of the major persons, and great musicologist too, Duke Fuller. Yeah, Duke Fuller was a major pilot today. He was one of the high-ranking people.
Okay.
We used to go out and bring in ships. Yeah, man.
Well,
But
I know them.
Today,
You know
go
that
ahead.
they have some new shops down there, like ice cream is one,
Oh yes.
and they open up. They're supposed to be like you remember. Oh, you remember that famous restaurant we used to go upstairs,
Yes.
I heard that they renovate the whole up there, so and turn
heard
it
that.
into a restaurant and pub.
Yeah, I
You know,
heard that.
you
Yeah,
can
that's
do dancing and thing now. Mm-hmm.
the night where we had it's like a boat. It's like you're on a boat,
Okay.
although you're not moving. Yeah, man, it was very nice.
And our famous
So I can
house.
imagine. Yeah, man, it should be much nicer now. You know,
Our famous house. You remember our famous house?
nicer down there now.
You remember our famous
yeah,
house, Hotel Oceana? I heard it turning into apartment.
Yeah, man.
Is that true?
I'm not sure. Somebody bought it out, and I know, and that would be a travesty, really, because that was one of the best designed and built hotel in Jamaica.
And for those who don't know, it was built because the seabed office, the big building beside it, was supposed to be the head office for the
Of
seabed.
the seabed authority in the world, yeah.
Yeah.
So they had to build a hotel to house the guests when they come, the international people when they come.
My Lord, those
So that
were the
hotel
days.
hotel that was really, really, really special, man. Really special.
Yeah.
It had a pub, it had a nightclub. Of course, you had the poolside on a different level. Oh, it was really outstanding.
That was our home, man, our backyard. A home away from home.
What you might not know, James and I had an office in there, downstairs.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, we had an office together downstairs.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, man, we were on top of the world.
But remember my first Super Bowl game, that's where I watched it too. You and I went to go see it. San Francisco against Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, let us bring in Miss Pamela before we bring on our special guest today, Wise Wurdz.
Oh yes.
So we're gonna give you a song from Miss Pamela and then Wise Wurdz. And this is for all the lovers preparing for what they call Valentine's Day coming up this Sunday.
Oh,
so
yes.
Want You Forever, Miss Pam Hall.
That you were the man in my life. I would like to take you to my home to be with me forever. I really love you, baby. Want you forever. Really love you, baby. Really want you, baby. I wish that you were the man in my life. I would like to take you to my home to be with me forever. I really love you, baby. Want you forever. Really love you, baby. Love I will give you is so powerful, so special. Under your skin it will flow through your vein. My love's insane. This love I give, I just can't stop. It's in your face, even when you turn your back. And just like a magnifying glass, the heat that I transmit will melt your heart. Oh, I wish that you were the man in my life. I would like to take you to my home to be with me forever. Really love you, baby. Want you forever. want you, baby.
Really want you, baby.
Whoa, whoa. Ooh, forever and ever. Yeah, yeah. I know you're wondering why my love is so strong. It's 'cause I see something in you pushing me on. The day you try to chase my love away is when you know my love was meant to stay. 'Cause this love I give, I just can't stop. It's in your face, oh yeah. When you turn your back, I wish that you were the man in my life. I would like to take you home with me forever. Oh, really want you, baby.
Really love you, baby.
Want you forever. Forever. Really want you, baby.
Really want you, baby.
Love I will give you is so powerful, special. Under your skin it will flow through your veins. My love's insane. This love I give, I just can't stop.
I just can't stop.
It's in your face, even when you turn your back. Hey,
And just
like a magnifying glass. Yeah, the heat that I transmit will melt your heart.
This is your
Hey,
very own sports,
I
music,
wish
and
that you
lifestyle
were the
podcast
man
with Flavius
in
and
my life. I would like to take you home to be with me.
Yes, indeed. The music of Miss Pam Hall, Want You Forever. And it's going out to all the lovers who are getting ready for Valentine's Day. But we also getting ready to bring on our special guest this morning, none other than the man himself, Wise Wurdz. But before we bring in Wise Wurdz, listen to this.
Richie Innocent, you see the youth some out there? Tell them wise words. When your parents talk to you like the great toots, make sure you no listen. Because some dark clouds out there.
Matthews and you two come from Kingston. Never see my street yet without him gun. Create mischief everywhere that him done. Say him run the place. Me talk to the youth and the youth never hear. Tell me in my shutter, I know we no care. Who we ma go shoot? From who we no fear? Say him lock the square.
You never see the trouble ahead. Never see the trouble ahead. Never see the trouble ahead. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Never see the trouble ahead. Never see the trouble ahead. He never see the trouble ahead. Oh no, oh no. Wise words.
I know every king teeth a laugh. What happened in a daylight spill over in a dark. Look how much you make Cain bump lead him a pass. Them said trouble never set like rain. Attack till me mouth lip pain. Match your meaty match. In a sudden ambush by the cops. The look on his face speaks volume. His eyes were staring, bulging wide, as his body language froze like the statue of
Real Stuff Podcast. Let's welcome the man himself, Wise Wurdz.
Greetings, my family. Greetings to the Real Stuff Podcast. Greetings to all those who are tuning in from the open space. Yes, I am here, you know.
First, I must thank you again for being here with us once more, and this time you're doing the poetry corner. So you'll be like an entertainer this morning. And of course, we're going to do some reasoning as well.
Of course.
So the last time when you came here, we never get to play the song, but you told us about doing this song with Toots, the legend, the legendary Toots, and of course Richie Innocent as well. What was it like, working with Toots and Richie?
Well, all right, I'll tell you something. This song was recorded. This is, as a matter of fact, this is the last collaboration that Toots did before he passed on.
Okay.
And may the Most High rest his soul,
True.
I did this song in about May of 2018, thereabout. And because Richie and I have a great, chemistry, yeah. I did a song and I called Richie and I said, Richie, so I just got a tune a while ago and the tune bad. But in fact, this was written from about 2005, 2006. Yeah. Okay. And it was originally, yes, I love to give credit. I must give my virgin. It was written by me and a virgin named Ras Godi, right? I used from up by Red Hills Road. And Ras Godi recorded that song with Singer J. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, right. So I said to Godi, say when I going to do my thing, I'm going to re-record this tune because I really love the message of it, When I went into the studio, I could remember the second verse.
Memory lapse.
Franco, it would disappear from my head, brother. Yeah. So, and I didn't have it on paper.
Okay.
But I remember the first verse and the punchline and all of that, and I just sit there and I just, draft my book and pen because, that's our tool that we carry, book and pen.
Yes.
So I just drafted my tool right away and I wrote another verse, and I did it. So when I came home and listened to it, I said, no, sir, that's only a book. Yeah. And I called Richie same time and I said, Richie, I just do a tune, And Richie, kind of hesitant and all of that. Because Richie is not a man who loves to just jump and vice, No, he don't feel like that. But anyway, I don't know who convinced him the next day, But he said, Wise Wurdz, so boy, I'm listening to the track and the track bad. So, me ready. So he came to town and I brought him to the studio and him just knocked the first verse. And, we did that. But then again, it was the engineer, and I must really give thanks to the engineer, Nigel. Okay. And Nigel is the engineer of Toots. Yeah? Okay. Nigel said, say I'm going to ask Nyaman if Nyaman can sing the hook. So I said, I was so excited, ecstatic, and all the adjectives you can find for excitement, And I said, Nigel, listen to me, man. Rub off my voice, dash it where. Me no want to hear it, dash it where, and get back, sing the hook, you know what I mean? And a couple of days after, the man said to me, yeah, man, the thing done, Boy, my son fool, man. Believe me.
That's
son
good,
fool.
Man.
And, I was so, overwhelmed by that. And, when I didn't really, in the studio while he was doing it, yeah. Okay. But when I went to the studio now, and meet with Toots to do a video promo, yeah, the man was so overjoyed because every time I hear the song played, that song played like about 1 year straight on the radio, 1 year straight. And every time I hear it, I will tape it and send it to Nigel. And Nigel will let Toots hear it. So I'm a kind of vice person, an energy person, Yeah. So me always make nice in the tape and I say, yes, my boss, respect, my boss. So Nigel let him hear it. And when I met Toots, he said, boy, this man is full of energy, man. So he welcomed me. Yeah, it was me and my son who went there and he welcomed me and said, Nigel, this is a man who always make nice. Nigel said, yes, man, Toots the Wise Wurdz. Boy, I love your energy, man. I love your energy. And, it was really and truly a short meeting, but it was really nice. You know what I mean? And he just sit me down and exchange a couple of words and all of that. And we did what we had to do. Because it was in the start of COVID, March last year. Okay, yeah, so we really couldn't carry in the space for too long. Yeah, and it was a great thing.
By that time, him never get to do the festival. He was preparing for festival. By that time, because he was selected.
The festival was done in August,
Yeah, he was selected to be among those who were supposed to sing festival songs.
I should think so. Right, because the preparation probably was taking place at the time.
Yeah.
I met with him in March, and the festival was somewhere down in August.
June, July, and then August. Yeah.
Yes, but we had some great plans because as I say, I must always give credit to my engineer and producer. No, Nigel, who is making some great energy because we had some great plans to really step out a deep. Go do some promotion with this tune, because the message really and truly, because every day we talk to youth, not only youth, but elders too.
Yes.
We never see trouble ahead, until we blame, so we never know until we buck with one drop, Yes,
So, I dig up some old time Jamaica proverbs, man.
Yes, man. Yes, man. That's how it is, because as a child, we were schooled by our parents, and them they always tell we. You understand,
Yeah.
You never know until you buck your toe. So, that's how that song came about. And, I really glad that I get a chance to get a piece of that great man, that historic voice, that I can go, even walk and lift my head up in the clouds and say, thank you, Father God. You bless me with a piece of this great man's voice. And may the Most High, rest his soul in peace. No?
Well, today is your virtual day still for shine. When I say virtual, I mean in the form of you don't have to give me a complete, we call it a complete poem or a complete song, dub poetry, whatever you're going to do for us today. Just do what you can do, and then we can, reason along as the show progress. Because there's something I want to ask, because I'm not sure, but somebody and I was talking the other day, somebody from Portland, and your name just come up in the conversation, and I was like, wait, but Wise Wurdz don't live at Portland. But then I was reasoning with another person from St. Catherine, and Wise Wurdz name come up in the conversation. I said, wait, this man has a billboard. This man has a billboard. So I want to know, you've been treading through Jamaica?
I have. Yeah, but in my short space of time, because I started doing this thing in 2014, seriously. Yeah, and in my short span of time, I really and truly, I should think that I've covered some grounds. Yeah. Even though I have a longer period of time to go and more work to be done, like third world. You know what I mean? But from 2014, I really and truly have been out there aggressively. Promoting myself and my poems and other poets and all of them sort of something. So if you go here and there and you hear the name pop up, don't be surprised. Yes. I'm like the breeze.
That's true. That's true. I always say that it's good when an artist, entertainer, can tour the country first. And we have 14 parishes, and if you can put your mark in all 14, then trust me, whenever your material hit road, everybody will know you. And
that's why as an artist, you have to campaign like the politician. The only thing you're supposed to do something different from the politician.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yes. So when you campaign on the ground and you became one with the people, then the people, of course, will highlight your work. Yes, fun.
Whenever I ask a question to entertainers, them everybody always give me. Well, me never get a good answer that really satisfies me. And you and one entertainer said to me, Franco, you will never get it because we all love it. We work, so we might never have a favorite song, a favorite poem, or a favorite instrumental. We just love them because for each work that we do, something we can tell a story as to what was happening, why that was created. So the question may go through to you. You have any favorite poems that you made?
I recently recorded. I wrote this piece here named King Man's Love from a couple of years now. And I recently recorded it, and while I'm out there, I've been trying it out on different rhythms, and the rhythm that really and truly fits and sounding very good is the Promised Land.
Okay.
Yeah, the Promised Land rhythm.
The D Brown one, the D Brown promise.
Yes, man. Yes, man. That one, you know.
On party night. Whoa.
And the front, oh my goodness, man. And you know, Lila Ike have a nice tune on it right now, and but I tell you, that's why I just love this poem on that rhythm.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
You know? Yeah, man.
When it's ready, let us have it so we can enjoy it too as well.
Definitely, man. It's being harmonized as I speak, you know, and the rhythm terrible, believe me.
All right. I'm not gonna put you on the spot, but can you remember your first poem that you did live on stage? Can you say it this morning?
The first poem that I wrote. I mean, that first poem that I wrote.
That you performed live.
I performed live. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
All right. Don't worry about it. We can move
on. So the poem that I probably did was one called If I Cry. Could be a one called If I Cry, you know?
Well, chop some lyrics though. I could hear it.
If I cry, does that make me weak? Will I be seen as a lesser man when through my tears I evoke my emotion? Tears are our language, an expression of self. Let me cry. If I cry, can you see the tributary of tears that forms a river of deep concern? Silently circulating with ripple effects, uncalculated current washing away my past. If I cry, will I rid myself of toxic combustible distortion, cleansing my soul free of built-up mucus? Tears are our language. Go ahead and cry. Cry till your eyes are red, blood red, deep red, crimson. And if I cry for whatever reason, sickness, pain, accident, sadness, death, joy, overconfident, uncontrollable enthusiasm, broken heart, will you stretch forth an olive branch in support, partially putting puzzling pieces together, clenching to my inner self to regain strength? Then tears are our language. Go ahead and cry. Yes, I am. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
If I cry.
You know, and that piece. And you see, we do a lot, you know, but some of them, you know, they don't get to be released. Yeah, but then again, you know, they're timeless. So anytime they come out, they'll come out. You know what I mean? You know. Yes, man. You know, and they can't spoil. You know.
I have sat in studios. And I've seen some of the greatest musicians, them. One particular musician that I love, I had the pleasure of meeting him before he passed on. And I remember one time I saw him writing out a song, actually, just like how you say you like the rhythm, Promised Land. And he came in the studio the day. The engineer at the time was a engineer who worked on Bob Marley, Exodus album called Peterson, and he had a rhythm that was playing. I was just there, you know, sitting down, you know, and listening and seeing Carl at work because, you know, people know him as the best. And D Brown came in, heard the rhythm and just start write, and he wrote a song. And I said, Carl, let me come voice this, and he went inside and he voiced it. But something was missing. It's something similar for what you just say, if I cry, you know, something was missing. And Carl said to him, maybe you might have to take out lyrics out of one of your old songs and put in it, you know. And he said, yes. So that's why I'm going to ask you the question. Yeah, have you ever done that before? You're working on a poem, but then something missed, and you say, you know, let me check back on some lyrics on me write for other poetry. You know, poems, and take something out and add into it?
Not necessarily. You might use back a similar word, because writers and performers, when they get hooked to a certain line or metaphor or something like that, similarly, you tend to use and reuse it. You know what I mean? but I've never really taken out a verse from one to make up another. But I've gone into the studio. Sometimes I write the poems, and to fit it on a rhythm, you might find that when you start to recording, you may short a line or two. So you have to freestyle and make up that line right away.
But does poet ad lib?
Yes, because it's music, you know.
Okay.
It's music, you know. And even though it may take on another form, but in the recording industry, it's same procedure.
Okay.
Because you have all right. Some poets will just vibe to the rhythm, just say the poem straight on the rhythm. But you know, the rhythm consists of an introduction and maybe a 4-bar introduction, 4-bar punchline, a 8-bar verse, or 16 or 12. Yeah. So some choose to just work straight, just say the poem straight on the rhythm.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, I love to go to the punchline. I love to go to the verse and back to the punchline. And, you know what I mean? Give the people them something to hook on to, because the punchline, that's what they call it, the hook. Yeah? To make you regurgitate what the piece is saying and remembering over and over. Sometimes the words are very hard to catch on to, you know. But if you have a verse, a singing verse, or a verse that is repeating, a punchline is repeating, then the person can easily catch on to it. Yeah?
Okay.
So that's how I do it. So I never really normally take out one piece from another and put into my next piece. I just continue, and what I don't have, I immediately just formulate something right there and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there is. Well, I'm gonna touch a little piece of this song here because I'm looking at the photos that we have with you. And you have on this mask. And the title of that track is "If We Can't Breathe, Then Why Should You?"
If we can't breathe, why should you?
Then
My goodness, what a terrible thing. You know?
I want to touch a little piece of it, because we can't touch a little piece, so I'm going to touch a little piece of it, and then we'll come back in and talk about it a little bit, okay?
Yes, man.
Glorious music.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How long them think them are gonna keep we down? Revolution time. Spread it. You ready?
Ready long time, Mr.
If we can't breathe, why should you? If we can't breathe, why should you? If we can't breathe, why should you? Every action spark a reaction. So when you're dressed in denims of brutality and showing us hate, then we won't hesitate but to retaliate. Voices from the graves are echoing. If we can't breathe, then why should you? Black bloods are true bloods, and we don't mix with blue bloods. When the concrete becomes a hotbed of death, bullets will take wings and fly. Because we have shed enough blood on this battlefield, we won't be the vixen. Lions will roar at you. My skin tone is not a badge of shame, so I'll wear it like Marcus Garvey. I am so proud of my blackness. My blackness scares you. Every time you look at us, you are...
Yes, WURDZ Wurdz. Tell me about that song, because I came across it the other night. I was on Spotify.
Yeah, so this song, I just said some pieces are self-explanatory, and this one came about because of the whole thing that rise up in the US where George Floyd was killed,
All right.
Yes, met his untimely death, so sad to see. And of course, it really and truly get me away. Because I said, people are just especially, it seems like the whole vibration in America, the police just have all the right to just go ahead and just kill people like that without anything gonna come of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what sparked that poem, and I was really and truly You understand, you know? Cross, hungry and dark like bounty killer. Yeah? Yeah, so that is how I came up with it. I said, but boy, no man, but I mean, we can't breathe. You know what I mean? But I mean, I hear there were some other people saying, you know, they have that slogan, we can't breathe.
Yeah,
you know?
yes.
They have that slogan out already. But then again, I put a different spin, because, you know, poets just twirl words and just spin things. You know what I mean? So I said, no, but I just don't want to breathe. I mean, if I can't breathe, then why should you?
All right.
Yeah? Yes, I mean, some people might not agree, but I mean, if I gonna suffer that fate, then you should likewise.
True.
So that is how I came up with that piece. You know, if we can't breathe, then why should you? You know? Yeah, man.
Traveling across Jamaica, right? Cornwall, Middlesex, and Surrey. You have met other poets as well.
Oh yes,
right? And there are some that the chemistry immediately hit you. Yes. Now, there are albums that are, maybe you're working on albums. If you are working on albums, how many of these poets that you come in contact with would you collab with to put on albums?
Well, so far I've done 2 tracks with Richie, in a sense. You know, Richie, I'm a brethren. Richie almost, because I always, you know, give Richie credit and thanks, because Richie was one of the first person who walked me through poetry and introduced me to most of the poets.
Okay.
Because I was almost alone when I started out. I never really have any friends in the game. Yeah. And then Sherry Natural. So I would work with Richie, in a sense, and I have a collab to do with Cherry Natural. Not done yet, but I'm manifesting, and of course, Cherry and I spoke about it, and she gave me a word. So, you know, I'm looking forward to that. You know, and of course, you know, so the King Muta, you know, and anybody else who you know, willing to work with I.
Okay.
Sometimes I know who you want to work with, I want to work with you, you know.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah, man, you know, so you will have the desire to work with somebody, but they might not feel your current at the time. You know?
Yeah.
So anybody who come forward, man, with a clean spirit, man, and you know, willing heart and all of that, I'm willing to do the work, because we can't have no prejudice where the work is concerned, you know. The poets reach out from far out and wide, yard and abroad. We're willing to work once the work is positive, once you have a clean heart and a pure soul, and you know what I mean? We're doing this for the love of the music or poetry, and we want to enhance the whole, you know, atmosphere of, you know, the poetic landscape. Then we're willing to work, man. Willing to work. There's no prejudice when it comes to the work. I know still like some people say, boy, I mean, I really want to work with a man, you know, and you know the whole thing, you know, with entertainment and a whole, you know.
Yes, absolutely. I must come in the Flavius and Courtney for engineering up, you know, the poetry corner.
So yes, man. Bless up to Courtney, man. Courtney always in touch, man. Yeah, man. And Flavius, bless up yourself, man. Courtney always in touch. You know what I mean? And let me know what's going on. Yes, Flavius. Yeah, man. Because I know, say, I won't call it the background, but you know, the foreground, you know, doing the thing.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
You know, one of the things I know the poetry industry is different from the music industry. Very, very different. Because when you would say poet, when you would say musicians and artists hanging out at studios, do you see that with poets hanging out at studios?
No, it's almost a total different thing, you know, because I don't know if the rest of artists them don't really get it with the poets them.
Yeah,
I don't know, but it's a different kind of vibration. But I mean, if you're out there and they recognize you, now man, they show you a lot of love, because I tell you the honest truth. I have a dancehall kind of energy, you know. You understand?
Yes.
So I am everywhere. As I said, boy, I'm coming like the breeze. I am everywhere. So if I dancehall music lane and I can go there and do my poetry, I'm gonna go there. Give me a dancehall rhythm and I'll just vibe on the same way, you know.
Yeah.
And it's clean material. I will never ever utter anything derogatory out of my mouth.
True.
You know what I mean? Because my kids are grown and elders are there, and of course kids are coming up too. So I want to have everybody's ear, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah, man. So,
interesting, because that's one of the things I remember when I used to, be in studios, and the singer and the DJ, the dancehall DJ, they would collab, on a regular basis. And that's why I asked you the question, like maybe with a dancehall artist or a regular a singer and a poet. We get the poetic side, involved in the music, in the reggae music and the dancehall. And that would be nice. That would be nice.
No, man, I yearn for a collaboration with some of the DJs, them, and the reggae artists, I yearn for that. And I'm going to make that's going to happen. I know that because, I want that to happen. Because, you see, I look at poetry from a different side. Say, this whole music and entertainment and poetic vibration is like an hexagon, of many sides.
Yes.
Yeah? While some may not agree, but I mean, to have many sides. So just choose one. And I looking at a thing where I can, you don't have to call me only when it's Black History Month or a certain time of the year. Yeah, understand? You must can call for me anytime.
That's true.
Anytime. And so then, boy, Wise Wurdz, we have a show. You understand? We want you there, exact such and such. And I am ready. It must not be Independence Day or Christmas Day or any time at all. And I said, poetry must be a roundabout thing.
I think it was last year or the year before. I'm going to say last year. Last year, the Sound System Association, if they do have one, but I know it was a numbers of sound system selectors, appeal to the minister of culture, gender, you name it, so that they should include sound system into Reggae Month. And now that we're talking about, the collab with dancehall artists and reggae artists for poet, I think that appeal now should also be added into Reggae Month come next year, where you have the poetry side as well. Because you have a lot of dub poets out there, and dub music is a part of our music.
Because listen, watch you know, Franco. You see, when we talk about cultural music, everything that we do, is our culture, So if it's reggae music, it's our culture. If it's ska, jazz, rocksteady, dancehall, dub music, it's our culture. But I really don't like sometimes the things separate. You know what I mean? I mean, out of reggae comes the birth of dancehall.
True.
You understand?
True.
But it's still reggae music. Drum and bass, you understand, and all them sort of something they included. You know what I mean? So even if you have a dancehall night and a reggae show, nothing wrong with it. Because you have to show the generation how the thing came about and help to preserve the music same way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, man. So if a dancehall music, you understand, but the only thing I don't like when time, enough of them don't too clean. Them feel shape up the lyrics them and, you know what I mean? Put them in a good order.
That's how the poets them come in now. That's how the poets them come in, because the poets them have more concern about the music than the artists themselves.
Yes, because the poets see things different, as Malika is what I say, the elder poet would say that the poets are the conscience of the society. And back then when damage was done, you understand, and the poets themselves got called for to map up whatever spillover there was. You know what I mean? So the poets see things differently. I get a dancehall rhythm and I can flip poetry on the dancehall rhythm. All right. Listen to this piece as we go. When dancehall used to nice.
Okay.
When dancehall used to nice, promote a licking finger in a one night or try fishing the next day just to relieve him plight. Every light post get the face by poster. Big dancer keep drought every vendor. Kid man a hustle. Peanut cat whistle past your ears, you hear that for days. And clouds of smoke bellows from soupy pot every time him lift the cover after that. When dancehall used to nice, ugly man who laugh bamboo gate, no make him ask you why you depend, because him looks alone is a dangerous weapon. Inside the land, sound system with boxes, high like Mount Pisgah, strewn at various points, blasting bass line at high decibel. bound to death you to hell. When dancehall used to nice Franco, selector stand up whole night round microphone, never have to ball out him throat hole like when dog a cough out bone. Early juggling, massive get big up, creates a vinyl retard, their selector foot pile up. Him head lean one side listening to the beat, and as patrons pile in, him turn up the heat. When dancehall used to nice flavors, rude boy space was the corner, creating damage to the fence with a little data. Smoke filters through man nose and herbs perfume the ear. Man skank to the pulsating beat, forget about the clocks on him feet while clutching to his favorite beer. Constant reminder by out the bar, never make nobody drunk, and you happy to hold your waters if man on a punk. Yes, sir. So part of that one day, with dancehall used to nice. So we are given the history of the thing, and we, as you know, the poets have different words, same words, but we put it in a different way. Because it's a story you're telling,
Yes, sir.
You're kind of things them to either tell a story or, real life situation. So we sit down on the sideline like the 12th man in the stands, and we even watch and see the ball, how it will pass before it even pass. Yeah? So that's how it is, man. When dancehall used to nice and we could have go on and go on. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, I tell people, man, you wear all them, when people are, ladies, them wear all them crinoline dress and man just in a pepper seed pants and short button up by your necktie and short tail flapping it like Jamaica flag in a breeze. Yeah.
Have you ever been inside a dance hall and them call upon you for do some poetry?
Well, I mean, when I go to work, yeah, I just do my thing. Whether it's that dancehall rhythm, because I've been out there and I play dancehall rhythm, and you have to jump on it. You do it like how it used to be back then. Yeah. Because back then in a dancehall, a man can play a rhythm, and you would about want to touch the mic, and you tell him, so boy, different rhythm. No, the mic a pass around, So you have to just jump on that and do your thing. So you're going to prove yourself.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yes, sir,
Oh, yes. The Flavius, sir. Come on in, Flavius.
Yeah, man, I'm here, man. I'm listening.
Well, yeah, for Wise Wurdz.
I am intrigued. No, man, Wise Wurdz stuff is top class, man. Top shelf stuff.
But I don't want them go too high on the shelf, Flavors next thing you drop off and broke, And I'm very comedic in my ways, in my sound, in my words. I'm very comedic, that's my personality. So I realize that in your doings, you have to almost become a lighter person. As poetry, people see it as a serious thing, Yeah, and people see it as dull, dark, and, stern, and all of that, you know what I mean? Sometimes I weave in a little comedic lines in it just to crack up the audience and to make yourself become one with the audience. So you have to have like a style and pattern and, you know what I mean, to go along with whatever you do.
Style and pattern, style and
yes,
fashion.
Yes, son. So as you think again, I just drop in one more piece, the one in name Perhaps. Perhaps I should have done this a long, long time. Perhaps I should flip the reversible switch and carve my own pathways like a fox trekking through its forest. Perhaps I should beat upon myself in a manner so unforgiving. Perhaps I should stay up later at nights before eyes squinted and heads bowed. Perhaps I never know how. Perhaps the time is now. Perhaps I should have wielded my pen like a two-edged sword and cut through the minds of doubtful mentality. Scared maybe, fearful maybe, for the things that I should have, could have, and didn't do. Perhaps I should follow the trail wind and land within touching distance. Perhaps the opportunity had arise and slipped from my grasp like sand through the hourglass. Perhaps. Yes, sir.
Perhaps.
Yeah, man. No. And as you said, these are parts of the poem because we just touch them and let go. You know what I mean? Yes, man. Real.
Say for instance, now you come across a youngster who have the love for poetry and want to become a poet, how would you what you call it now? How would you help that young poet? What advice would you give them? And the reason why I'm asking you this because the other day I said I was talking to a friend.
Hold on a sec there, phone, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, the other day I was talking to a friend of mine in St. Catherine, and he was saying, you know, his students, him teach at a school somewhere in Portmore. Him realize that most of them don't want to become like engineers behind the music or, you know, behind the scene, producers, etc. All of them want to become DJ, and he might try introduce them to poetry, because he was saying you have to read a lot, you have to, you know things a lot, right? You know, words will come to you as you keep reading and you jot them down. And he was telling them, say, you have people who write poems and it turn out to be songs.
True.
So that's how your name came up in the conversation, because he was saying he heard one of the most lyrical poet in Jamaica, and his wise words. His words. He would say, him say, you remember when him say, Franco, you remember when Stitchy used to just come up, you know, he could have grabbed a mic and Stitchy just make up things. And him say wise words in that lyrical fashion. And I was like, well, I said, damn. Wise words, you know, me just talk to somebody from Portland named Miss Lee, and she mentioned wise words. This man coming like him is a billboard, him all over the place. I used to use a breeze. So now, for him now, trying to get his students them to love poetry so that they can write music. How would you advise a young poet?
Well, first of all, you have to have the love for that thing. You have to love it, right? If you have musical skills, say you want to be a singer or DJ, you can stick around, you know, and you know, you just clean up the lyrics. You understand? Poetry is kind of, you know, there are different styles of writing in poetry. You can write it in a dancehall style. You can write it, as I call it, book poetry, where it is so refined and, you know, eloquent and all of that. Or you can use your Jamaican tongue. You understand? And flip your words, you know what I mean? But you have to have this undying love for whatever you're going to do. Anyhow you don't have the love for that, Franco, believe me, you're going to almost, you know, fade away like a breeze, you know? So you have to have that love for it and keep on writing, keep on regurgitating, yeah? Sleep with all book by your side and pencil and all them sort of something. When thoughts come to your head, you jump up and write. Because there are times, you know, you're going out there and, you know, something come to your head or your mind, and if you don't have something to grab it right away, it disappears. Yeah. And that could have been the toughest piece that you ever write.
That's true.
So I will always emphasize you have to have that undying love. You understand? Either you're a performer, a writer, a lyrical creator, and always do perform, whether in front of a mirror, whether to your friends, to your family, you must always knocking at it. Yeah? Yeah, man. And go out there and perform, you understand? All when you're scared like a little cat, go out there, man. Because I want to tell you something, you know. The first time that I'm going to go up on a stage to do a poem, you know. Oh, Lord have mercy. I tell you about a big stage now, or semi-big stage. I got a break in 2016 at a Marcus Garvey celebration show, IRFM the Autorius. And brother, let me tell you something. Me the backstage and I tremble like leaf pantry, you know.
Yeah, shake.
Big man thing in a flavors. I tremble like leaf, my hands them sweat, my forehead sweat. You understand? Me lip dry. Oh Lord have mercy, man. You know?
Gosh, I remember something like that happened to me in a studio.
Brother, I said to myself, Lord have mercy, my time is coming up soon. Cause you know, say the poets are you get if you open, you're close to the opener. Yeah. And I said, Father God, what me I gonna do now? When I look out there and see the crowd in a bus. But what happened now? I said to myself, say, what will on there? Are you name wise words, you know? How we had to? I talk to people with them something, you know. And we had to shake up in yourself. Shuffle up, man. And I talk to myself, brother. And I just find a freestyle and go up on the stage with enough from I hear the people and say, I say, yes, man, I have to know. You know what I mean? I have to know, man, you know? And it was a Marcus Garvey celebration. So, you know, so well then you have to go there with something representing of Marcus Garvey or something to that effect. Yeah?
Okay.
And before I drop the piece, I don't remember the freestyle that I give. But while walking up on the stage, I take the microphone from the steps and start to walk up on the stage. Believe me, brother, if I buck me to have dropped flat from my face, so I'm nervous.
Hey, so similar to that happened to me once, man. The first time I went, I was going to do a show on a radio station, but they were giving me like the graveyard shift. So the producer and the engineer said, come in the afternoon, because the afternoon they have a lot of listeners, and introduce myself. And let me tell you, when I sit around the chair, and I have everything in my head, ready, and then I'm turning on my mic and say, your time. My mouth was so dry, I couldn't open up my mouth. And I was speechless. And the guy after just got to a song and then said, what's wrong with you? You freeze from me, Franco. I said, boy, I have the words in my head, but my mouth can't open up. And he said, get some water and come back. And I get the water and drank the water, and I was like, oh my God, if I'm not looking at the crowd and I'm like this, I'm so nervous, then just imagine if I had the mic and looking at the crowd. And I said,
nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking, brother. And several artists, top artists, will tell you that, boy, before them go to them show or before them perform, them tremble out daylight. Yeah. But I just start to get into the thing, everything just, boil down and you simmer down, And
I close my eyes. When they turn on the mic, I close my eyes, and that's how the words come out of my mouth. And it wasn't even my voice. I was thinking of another disc jockey and him talk. And that's how I was actually speaking like the guy, and just saying what I really want to say. And it was like months after, a sister said to me, no, man, you have to be yourself, because you don't want to put on a voice. That's when people hear you speak in person. You sound totally different from you. Make your radio voice be your personal voice.
Personal voice, yeah.
Yeah. And I said, all right. So when the show started, I used to go on like 8 o'clock to midnight. It was me alone. I said, nobody now listen, so I can't just talk. And that's how it eventually came about before them put me back on a daytime show.
Well, I tell you, if you hear the stories of some of the greatest, whether radio personnel, artists, or movie stars, if you hear some of those stories, believe me, strap down. And so I love to sit down and listen to an artist who have been there, you know what I mean? And when you listen to the revelation of his story, you know what I mean?
That's true.
And likewise, I used to love listening to Ian Boyne, Yes, man, rest in peace, Mr. Boyne. I used to listen to his program a lot because I want to know, how did you get there? What did you use to triumph over certain hurdles in order to become successful?
Yeah, that's true. It's funny, there was a disc jockey on JBC, used to come on every night from 8 to 10. E.T., Errol Thompson.
Oh, E.T., yes.
And I used to listen to E.T. every night, because E.T. was just, lyrical, and as a Rasta man, him just tell you this and him tell you, but he was putting it in his true form. You understand me? And I always say, I want to do a show like E.T. because him just real and I tell people how things, happening in Jamaica and the music, and it was really good, before he passed away too as well. So
I heard about E.T.
Yeah, man.
But I never get a chance.
That's good.
Because I was in the country area at the time. So as a young boy, we don't really penetrate radio like that, Yes, my mother and father probably had that little transistor radio in one corner where them turn on occasionally, maybe if you listen to the news.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when I came to Kingston now, E.T. had passed. I came to Kingston in 1984.
Yeah, he had already. So, I think he passed already by that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was the Barry G and Winston Williams and those are Owen Brown, OB. Yes, those guys. So So I grew up on listening to the radio. Listening to the radio because I was working in the kitchen, working in the kitchen as a chef, as a baker. So the radio, I bought a little radio with the pole well gone up in the ear. So, you know what I mean? I stand it up in the corner, and I used to listen to every genre of music. Because JBC at the time, or even Radio 2, used to play 15 minutes or 20 minutes of every genre of music. From the calypso, the country and western, R&B, reggae. Yes, flavor. So you know what me I talk about, you know? Yeah, man. So that's how I become a lover of music. But I mean, it's something that have been in me from as a kid, you know. Because I wanted to become a singer. Because my mother used to sing. Sing out praise, you know. But you know,
that one. You tell us that.
Yeah, man. You know, the country singing different still, you know, from from the actual singing. Yeah, man. So I wanted to become a performer, man. In that school, I used to perform a lot, you know, and plays or concerts and all of that. So it's something that I think was, you know, born within me. Yeah? Okay.
You're working on an album?
Well, I'm actually working on 2 projects right now, and only pass up. I have an EP with about 6 or 7 tracks. Could be 8, but I mean, I might limit it to, you know, about 7. And it's called different colors of poetry. And I am also working on an album, which, you know, almost completed. And both projects are almost completed. You know? So with all of us putting in the work, and of course I'm working on a singles just the same. I am producing my first rhythm, which is just poetry I put in it. I have Step on it already. Myself, Cherry Natural is on it. Richie will be jumping on it soon, you know. So we're doing, you know, a bit of work, because I don't really want to I want to make my contribution to poetry and the art form of dub poetry. Okay. Yes, and see if I can really and truly help another one, because in this thing we all need help. It's a chain link, and we all need help, because the poets have to work almost 3 times as hard as the DJ or even the singer. To get his work out, or, you know what I mean, to be publicized. It's a hard work out there, because the poets, them don't really regard it. The material is good, you know, but a yard up on the reggae scene, the poet hard to get the break, brother.
I know it's hard. I know it's very hard for the poets.
I met a this jack from Sun City one night time, and when I went into the studio to do a poem, the man come on and said, "My God, yo, brother, you're bad, you know." Then the man started to tell me that he was doing poetry at one stage, but then he have to leave it because hunger nearly kill him. You get what me as a flavor?
Yeah.
The man said hunger nearly kill him, because him say, boy, him not think, say, boy, him really and truly going make anything, or it's not going to sustain him. You know what I mean? And that's what many people look at. You have to have something else doing, you know, to balance you up in this day and age, because of the poetry. It's slow to get off the ground, but whenever you get off and up there and running, you know, you're unstoppable.
Yeah. And I found out that there's a lot of poets who are very hilarious too. They are good, they have good comic stuff as well, you know?
Well, just like me, you know what I mean? As I tell you, I am very comical, you know what I mean? Then some of my pieces, them some serious, some comical, you know what I mean? Just like the sliding dollar, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Just like the sliding dollar, you know, it's serious, but it's comical, you know? Yeah, man, I don't know if you ever heard of that piece.
What, the sliding dollar?
Yeah, the sliding dollar.
Oh, no? Yes, I have it in front of me.
All right.
Give us that, no. Give us that.
Oh, Wise Wurdz must give it.
Yeah, man.
Army must play it. Which one?
Yeah, man. Play, make people them get inside, man.
Okay.
Well, I'll play a piece of it. You know, I'll play a piece of it, and you would give us the rest.
All right.
Here goes.
You know, say the dollar flip way. It just slide past me, so. Spread the glory.
Wise Wurdz.
You know, say the dollar weak like baby just born. You small years, say the dollar losing court of arm. I wonder if the dollar with the lion pan that's stronger. Me Jamaican dollar just a slide. It just a slide. Say it put on wheel like a roller coaster and a slide. It just a slide. Can't turn up, can't sit down, neither walk, neither run. It just a slide.
All right, Wise Wurdz. You take it away from there now.
The current lack of from a currency. Everywhere me turn, me dollar feel me. Seem as if my disposable income have been disposed. So I analyze my shrinking dollar and realize it has been overexposed. So here I come without any income. Work hard, back bend, touching toes. Still, I can't solve my financial woes. People are mourn, people are holler, all because of the ailing dollar. Handout can't save with flight, and youths can't get a job no care how them bright. Work till you're weak and end up with patty. Not even 2 days of the week you can buy patty. So I have fetch liquor water from the rivers and tank. Watch the dollar bolt past me and end up in a Swiss bank. While those in a higher echelon are rape and rant, youths can't even serve parboiled rice in a Chinese restaurant. Every business when me try just a while because my dollar disappear like petrojam oil. So me Jamaican dollar just a slide. It just a slide. Say put on wheel like a roller coaster and a slide. It just a slide. Can't turn up, can't sit down, neither walk, neither run. It just a slide. It just a slide. What you know? Inflation leave us in a fit. All because of fiscal deficit. Everything linked to the almighty greenback. So my dollar try to rock away and permanently lean back. So my dollar can just lean back. So I find it strange that we are run down Benjamins and end up with Trump change. This dollar needs a financial diagnosis to determine its prognosis. Chinese import turn up sky high and local export produced to a lull. No wonder the country looking so dull. Dollar, ever since you came on the scene, you've been taking a battery. Why you never keep the pound and dash for the queen? And you wouldn't find yourself on life support machine. Oh, dollar, my poor dollar. Don't get me wrong. You've been struggling for far too long. But let this be said, before I go to bed, I may well write my financial eulogy because my dollar is next to dead. And that's why they play us.
Wicked man.
The sliding dollar. But I see the dollar on a skateboard, him a move.
But I tell you, you know, trouble. Yes, sir.
And these are things that, yeah, go ahead, finish up.
Yeah, sorry. Those are the kind of things. When I mean, it's my way of putting in across a very stern and hard topic. Yeah, to weave in some comical words inside of it. So it kind of break the ice to the people. Because really and truly, you know, people just sit down there and turn up dead and look at you, so you know, brother.
Yeah? It's a serious thing, though.
It's a serious thing.
Yeah.
So even though it may sound comical, but it has some serious connotations. Yeah. Yeah, man. So that is how I do it, you know. And when I look back on artists of the past, like even Lieutenant Stitchie,
yeah,
because people used to tell me, say, I'm a favor Lieutenant Stitchie, you know. And he's one artist that I really.
Yeah, when I said to you, the teacher said that you is more like a Lieutenant Stitchie, but you're do it in poet.
Right,
you understand me?
You know. Yeah, man, I'm thankful to that teacher who really and truly said those words. Because Lieutenant Stitchie, I used to listen to on stereo and sound system. Yeah? And when that man started roll lyrics, you know, my lad, you know, it's never not normal, you know.
Yeah, true, man. It's like him, it's like him, it's a kete jump.
Yes, man, you know. And when you tell stories, even Professor Nuts, the man tells stories through their lyrics. I mean, comical, nice and fine, and on the reggae beat, same way you can vibe and you can feel good about it. So that is how I really and truly, you know, see myself, you know, bringing stories with a difference to the people there.
Hey, when COVID finished, man, and people can mingle together again, for put on a poetry dance.
Yes,
understand me? Poetry dance. And bring up to big sound system, you know, have the backup music. And it's a poetry dance.
Because what you know, you see my album is going to be, well, I'm not going to say it's going to be different from anybody else. You know what I mean? But the kind of rhythms them that I am using, I'm going back to the old school. You see the one that I just give you a name, When Dancehall Used to Night?
Yeah.
That one is on, what are the name again? Death in the Arena.
Death in the Arena, okay.
Death in the Arena.
Okay.
Yeah? Yes, man. So I'm going back to some old school rhythm, some dancehall rhythm that really and truly,
and if you can't get the Rockfort rock rhythm too, get that one too.
I am doing everything, man. In time, all of them going to come forward, man. You know, and I'm going to some unusual ones too. You know, right now I have one that I'm working on, and believe me, it's not a normal thing. No, yes, man. You know, so as we in the spirit of Black history, as them say, you know, I just left one with the people them, you know, and this one is Are We Free? I think you might have that one there, you know. I'll give you a couple lines out of Are We Free Yet? Because slavery is abolished and we look so smooth and polished. Because the chain no longer binds us together and we can roam in any kind of weather. Are we free yet? Remnants of our slave masters still remain. When we struggle day to day and stress out the brain. When the sacrifices are made and nothing we gain. Are we free yet? If you can live in big houses and the common man can't afford a pair of trousers. If you can travel to Paris and London and Franco feels abandoned, then are we free yet? When the system pushes us over the edge, make we plead and beg and cause bloodshed. When black kill blacks back to back machine, them got common sense, them lack. Are we free yet? Oh, it's a man's world. But who's gonna protect those innocent young girls who are being raped and strangled to death? Make mama sit down her doorstep and fret. Tears she cried as she watched her son gunned down and die. The cars we drive is a symbolic way of how we strive. But to accomplish a big job, and instead of helping a brother, we cast them aside to shoot and rob. To be the CEO, yet them swindle the big dough. Then flavors, listen to how me flow. Are we free yet? Are we free yet? When our state of mind is controlled, for a simple crime is 25 to life before parole. You sanction these words and let me hear a drum roll. Are we free yet? When the borders of Caribbean nationals are restricted from its own people, when the axe tax is chopping away at our salaries, causing our pride to fall flat, and pharmaceutical products fly from the shelves without wings, causing bleaching cream to become the new solution to erode our blackness. Are we free yet? When the streets are fastly becoming lawless, guns are excessive than food, even Christians are getting rowdy, the penal system getting crowded, and you pass you by with curse words without saying howdy. Are we free yet? When police dressed in denims of destruction, aiming guns at blacks and black communities, killing potential leaders, leaving bloodstains on our dreams. But are we free yet? When we fail to recognize who we are as a people, when we fail to see class and honor the past, like Walter Shizulu, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, from prison to president, Nelson Mandela. But I've got a dream like Dr. Martin Luther King, self-reliance like Marcus Mosiah Garvey. The Real Stuff podcast today, we're gonna tired to see our face like Robert Nesta Marley. Every man should have a plan, like Obama. Yes, we can. Sure.
Big.
Huge.
Wise words once again, my people.
And I must think that that is one of my toughest, hard-knocking poem. Are we free? You know?
Bad man, bad.
Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah,
Rocks, are we free yet?
It's bad. Franco, it's bad till it's good.
Why is the man a ton of comedian?
But I want to tell you something, you know, Franco. These are the things that make a show spicy, you know. You know what I mean? Because if you're on stage, picture yourself on stage, yeah? And you doing your piece. As I said, boy, I don't know. They might have to hire me one at a time in the stand-up comedy too, Yeah? We had the dub poets the same way. Because that is how you must come across. You must be relatable. Yeah? You must be acceptable. Or you must make the people them accept you. You know what I mean? So you must find ways, you understand, of really and truly breaking the ice with the people and all of that. Well, everybody thinks different, but that is me. Yeah?
That's true.
Yes, man.
That's true. Yes,
man.
Wise words. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Before you run, I can't leave out the ladies them.
All right.
Can't leave out the ladies them. Yeah. And let me see if I can draw one little one here for them. You know what I mean? Okay. So this one is called Dance Back for Love. One step forward, two step back, one to the left and the other to the right. That's how we love. That's how we love. And we dance our way back to love. We just one step forward, two step back, one to the left and the other to the right. That's how we love. That's how we love. And we dance our way back to love. The thread of love was raveled. Situations became tight. And we lost track of our own reality. The 9 to 5 became stressful, short change for intimacy, and earned a blank check for promissory feelings. It dawned on us that the ship of the relation was captained by an autopilot, drifting into the abyss of the unknown. But as night draws nigh, she sets the tone for engagement as scented candles melted in the heat of the moment. The lights were low, music was soft, and the raindrops added baseline to her waistline as we dance our way back to love. Fingers between fingers, sweaty palms greet as if they never met, and my shoulder became the new address. Oh, that's how we danced. One step forward, two step back, one to the left and the other to the right. That's how we love. That's how we love. And we danced our way back to love. Day to day we greet. In the same space we meet, barricaded beyond the walls of our dwelling home. The clock was ticking, tick-tock, tick-tock, but time was on our hands. She showed no urgency, locked in an interlude of love in a state of emergency. The exercise routine was great. Dripping buckets of sweat, she thought I was the new Bowflex, so she could ride the wave of happiness. We got to bring our love back. Hey, listen to me now, man. My brother, I give thanks in the higher. Yes.
Yes, wise words. Give thanks. Thank you very much for taking time out this morning and spending it with us.
Yes, man. Thank you, Flavors. Thank you, Franco and Courtney. And of course, keep the real stuff podcast going, my brother. Of course, so we have to grow like a seed, you know what I mean? Yes. And we're going to see the fruits of our labor in some time to come. Give thanks.
Every time, wise words. Yeah. And we see you out there, my brother.
And you likewise, of course, right. We want to stay above ground this time,
True.
Yes. Yeah,
one
man.
Love. One love,
one love.
And that was wise words, my listeners, my viewers. That was wise words doing our poetry corner this morning. Thank Wise Words for taking time out of his busy schedule and for being here with us so that you can hear some of his wonderful work. Poetry Flavius.
One thing what I'm finding out about, through the poetry corner, is that the poets are so well read and rounded. All seem to have their fingers on the pulse of everything that is happening today and yesterday. I think you can learn so much from a poem, you know. It is amazing. These guys are so sharp and so smart. Where they put the words together to bring out whatever they're bringing out. Really fantastic, man. Really, really fantastic.
And they're not afraid. I can see that. They're not afraid.
Oh, no.
You know, they
no.
just need the right platform so that they can be heard more and more, you know, especially on the radio station now. You understand? Yeah. So we created that platform. So for those of you watching, listening, and you know poets who want to be a part of the Poetry Corner on the Real Stuff podcast, you can reach out to us at info@therealstuff.com. That's info@therealstuffpodcast.com. My bad. So info@therealstuffpodcast.com. And we'll send you the information that is needed for you to be here, the Poetry Corner. So it's that time again for us to get out of here. And it's the weekend. Some people say it's the weekend jams.
Yeah.
Some people say, thank God it's Friday. But I say, it's just another day. You know, so next week we do it all over again. On Monday we have Teddy.
Yes.
Teddy will be here doing the really current. And then on Tuesday we have Miss Cynthia P. Cook. She'll be here with us from Camperdown, I'll see down fans. You know the place for be. Then we have Uryu Malaki. He will be here, and he's the president of the UNIA.
Yes,
in
that
Jamaica.
Is the Marcus Garvey movement in Jamaica. Yes.
And Cook and Corey, we not shows our Cook and Corey guests yet. So,
yeah, man, we are.
Oh, who's our Cook and Curry guest?
Mr. Jordan.
Jordan coming forward. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
So Jordan will be here. You remember that gentleman who cook up that vegan dish?
Yes.
And in the Poetry Corner next week, we have Richie Innocence. You heard Wise Wurdz mention Richie Innocence, a good brethren of his. So that's what the list is for you next week. So make sure you tune in, because it's going to be interesting, and something is there for you to learn as well in the Did You Know? Things that I didn't know I'm here, you know, I didn't remember. It's being refreshed in Did You Know?
Yes.
So give me your 1 cent, Flavius, before we get out of here.
Well, I would say take the weekend slow and easy. Get as much rest as you can. Keep your body up. Very, very, very crucial at this point in time, you know. And of course, remember, always in life, R&D is what carries you through, keep you going. Respect for all, and be disciplined. And of course, when you are disciplined, you're also teaching your kids and your other relatives and family discipline also. So you got to set that example, be a role model with your R&D. And people learn from what they see. You know, the song says, children learn what they see, you know. They learn what they see.
And what they hear too as well.
And what they hear, you know, whatever. So if you are a disciplined parent or so, and with a lot of respect for your kids and your family, your wife or your husband or whatever, it will pass on to the kids. It will pass on. You know, also your neighbors and all that, it will pass on to them too. You know, no matter how they behave, you behave respectful at all times, and you are disciplined. It will rub off. Trust me, it will. So until Monday, when we start all over again, And we have to thank the Father, whoever you're the creator, the person, whoever you see as your head of state, for actually making it 200 episodes. I mean, we have been growing at it, but it's fantastic
201.
to pass another landmark.
201.
I mean, it's not 2,000, but I think 2,000 is still pretty good.
I've seen what you call it, talk show, where they reach 100 and 200 and they make a big thing out of it. Well,
it is big. It is big.
No, I'm saying it because we can't make a big thing out of it, guys. We little but we tell them we are grow. Trust me, one day we're going bigger than alligator. So take care of yourself, your loved ones, and always remember prayer changes things regardless what religion you belong to. Continue to pray, and you must have to pray. So until we're going to ask Lubafu to chant out the words of our Father in the Garifuna language, and then Tafina is going to take us out with Tekwe with Self.
You lead us to Fula. You belong far away away. Ajugwala Lebabu Seru. Lida Mua, Lida Sungfula. Lida Mua, Lida Sungfula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer sorrow. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me do I send me a figure flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out aside.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.